Can we talk about something? Can we talk about something today? Can we get real? Can we actually talk about a topic that we might not want to talk about, or some of you might want to talk about, but that sometimes gets avoided? We're talking about abundance today, and I want to have a down to earth, super real conversation with you all. And now's the time for it. Perfect time of year to talk about these things. So let's start off with first, if you are watching live or replay and you're watching the video, go ahead and post in the comments. And this episode is all about your abundance and the simple truth about it, how to activate it. And I'm going to share with you something that might totally surprise you. And it might be a little bit confronting about what's actually been stopping you. And I want to welcome you all in. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Ocean. I'm the founder of the Women's Holistic Business Academy and the Unicorn Secrets show of the Women's Holistic Business Network that some of you are watching in. And if you are listening, welcome. It's so good to have you here. I always love to give an opportunity, because I coach and support spiritual women entrepreneurs. I love to give you an opportunity to also say hi and tell us about what your business is, what you're up to in your world and in your business, and to really give us a little bit of you. Give us a little bit of you. Say hi in the thread and let us know what your business is. And let me know what kind of support you need. I like to have these chats in this particular group because I'm here to support you all. And I'm here to support you with some big topics. Sometimes I'll teach you strategies and tactics and tools on how to create your courses, how to manifest your dream business, how to make great videos, things like that. And I've got really cool things coming up for you. And sometimes I like to talk about the inner stuff, like the actual pieces of the inner work that we need to do in order to have the businesses that we love and dream of. So it's so good to have you here watching, listening, and participating in this conversation. The way you participate in this conversation is by commenting, reaching out to me, and creating the community. All right, well, let's dive in. The simple truth, the real truth about abundance. If you've been longing for it, if you have been scraping by, being like, how come I can't get paid? Maybe I should go back and get a regular job. How come I can't get paid what I want to be paid? How come clients aren't paying? How come the clients aren't steady? How come there's some and then there's none? This kind of like feast or famine mode. How many of you have ever been on that, where you don't have quite enough and you're always looking for a little bit more, whether it's more clients or more money or more time or more freedom? But then you find yourself having to hustle and work and all the things. So you're constantly striving to find a balance. If you can relate, put yes in the comments. If you can relate, nod your head and just feel into, right, I'm trying to find the balance, and I often am going out of balance, struggling and striving and coming into, how can I? You're asking yourself that question, how can I actually have the life that I desire and be in life, time with family and freedom and nature and all the things that you want to do, and at the same time build a business, build an audience, build a client base that you really love working with? How can you really come to balance with all these things? And I know what it's like. I've been in the holistic healing, spirituality, yoga, wellness, nutrition, self-development, and personal growth field. It's a big field, for over 30 years now. And I've had businesses all along the way. So I know what it's like to try to balance your life with the passion that you have for this realm, and also to try to help other people with it. And you made a business out of it. So I know what it's like, and I know how important it is to actually do that. There was a time in my life where I burnt out trying to do all the things at once. And that's why I'm so dedicated to bringing balance back to my own life, and to also sharing it with you all, because it's so important to do. It's so important to find your own way to balance, and your own way to do your business, not just to balance your life, but also that you can bring your business to the forefront. Now, I want to have this particular part of the conversation, because here's something that I have noticed over many, many years, and And especially lately, have you noticed that in the internet marketing world, it's not just lately, it's all the time. But anyway, in the marketing and advertising world in general, it can seem kind of cheesy, or it can feel weird. It can feel unsafe, or feel like, what's happening right now, when something's like, look at the amazing results I had, like all those kind of things. Have you ever noticed that? And have you noticed that you sometimes pull away from it? Or have you noticed you're like, hey, that's cool. Like, what do you notice? Where are you at when somebody shares those kind of results and when they bring it forward? Now, here's the part of the conversation, like I said in the beginning, when I want to get real with you, is that yes, marketing and advertising says, look at this amazing results I had. And then some people go, you suck, don't share your results. Like there's no other way for me to say that, but it's a way of calling people out and saying like, yeah, maybe for you can have that kind of result, or it's bragging, or it's fake, or blah blah blah, all the things, the things. So what side do you fall on? Do you like it when you hear those kind of things, or do you find yourself pulling back or pulling away? And I'm still getting to the real part of this conversation. If you notice people in your world saying, hey, I'm having fun, I'm having abundance, I have lots of friends, I have lots of income, I have lots of clients, I have lots of adventure, I have lots of love, I have lots of all the things that they might have lots of, and something in you says they shouldn't share that, this is the part that I want to question. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it's affecting your business. It's affecting your ability to call in your clients and your abundance. And I know I can have this kind of conversation with you because you're a spiritual woman entrepreneur. You're on the path of self-growth and development yourself. So have you noticed that some people, I don't know who, maybe you, maybe friends of yours, will say, hey, that's not cool to share your success or your abundance. And then they're going on the other side of like poo-pooing it. And now I'm not saying be fake, share your abundance and your success, or love people that do that, but nor am I going to say or agree with the other side, which puts judgment and separation on people who are choosing to do it. I'm just sitting here as a neutral bystander watching it happen in our field. And so if you're putting judgment on something, what happens? You're seeing yourself as separate, you're creating a division, and that's not in alignment to your truth or your love. If you're focusing on what someone does that you don't love, well, there your energy goes. And of course, it's going to pull away from your business, your ability to have clients that you love and the business that you love, and to be in total alignment. So first, I would say, pull your energy back from any judgment that you might be putting out for people who are having success or alignment or fun or health or whatever it is. If you look out there and you're like, oh, she's having a great life or a great love or a great body or a great wealth or whatever it is, if you find yourself saying those kind of things, question yourself and ask yourself, where is it coming from inside, deep inside? Maybe a core wound, maybe something that affected you in your childhood, maybe something that affected your life because something was done to you where you felt like a victim, or you felt unsupported, or you felt scared. What was it that made you feel that way that would now in your adult life make you judge outwards on somebody? And I'm not saying like, don't judge ever. It's what we do as humans, but many of you have been working on it, like judgment detox kind of stuff, and really looking at your own self. And I find that the greatest path to self-development as a leader, as a spiritual teacher, as a wellness leader, has really come into being aware of your own judgments, because that will unlock a door for you to step through into leadership, abundance, transformation in ways that you never have before. And it's so powerful. I've been doing this particular work for the last 15 years since I started studying. Some of you may know the work of Byron Katie, since I started studying that and so many other things, where if we're pointing fingers outwards, we're creating that division. And here's another thing that's true. If you're pointing a finger outward and saying like, that's so bad, or she's so this, just for having, it automatically tells your subconscious mind that you can't have that, that somehow if you have that, you'll be bad or wrong. So what were the stories that were told in your life, in your family, perhaps, about health, abundant health, extreme happiness, incredible wealth, abundance? What were the stories that were told? Maybe people who were really happy were put down. Maybe people who were wealthy were put down. Maybe women who were really beautiful were put down. Like, what is it that you were taught in your family or your system or your culture that when people were really good wasn't okay? Write them down. Think about those things. Write them down for yourself. Let me know about them. And when you start to write those things down, you'll start to realize and feel that, oh, I'm actually pushing judgment outward, so I can't have my version of whatever that looks like for me in a truly aligned way. So I just invite you to be in the exploration of your own thoughts, your own judgments, your own belief systems. And that unlocks a doorway to you having the business and the abundance that you truly desire in your way for you, that you're looking through your own eyes, not spending your energy on judgment or discrimination. You're looking through your own eyes and your own heart so that you can find your way and your path. Now, the judgment piece, it also does something else. When women in particular are beautiful, healthy, wealthy, have great love, great relationships, great income, great whatever the thing is, you see where I'm going. When they have those things, and if you've ever had any of those things but felt afraid to share because you're afraid of being put down for having greatness, for having happiness, like this twists my mind up, because haven't we come so far as women that we can actually see through somebody sharing something and being like, hey, I have a really amazing love, or I have a great business, or I have incredible health, or I have a really cool, whatever the offering is. Can't we see through our judgments and go, holy whatever, holy crap, for a woman to bust through barriers and be able to make her choices and have things and choose for herself and create a business or create health or create abundance or create a life or a love or create whatever it is. And then for her to create those things, that's huge, especially if you consider that it's only been in the last 100 years that women could vote, own property, own a business, all the different things. It's like, shouldn't we be behind those women, whatever their expression is, pushing them forwards, going, yes, you can, you're incredible, go for it. It might not be your way to do it. You might be like, whoa, that looks cheesy to me, but it might not be your way. But can you not get behind her? And by getting behind that woman, even if you don't know her, but if it's somebody you see on the internet and you judge her for having too much, or for being too happy, or whatever the things, instead of that, you just pull that old belief that you need to tear other women down. You pull it out of your system and you go, you know what? I'm going to get behind her and say, good for her. So I invite you to replace any judgments with a new line, good for her. What's my version of that? Because if you're looking at something and judging it, you're not neutral. You have energy around it, because your soul is trying to show you something that you desire. It might not look exactly like that, but ask yourself the question, what is this judgment trying to show me? What is it? What is behind it for me that I could potentially really see, that I could potentially be informed by, that my life could even change because of? What is the truth that this is trying to show me about myself? So ask yourself those questions and see what comes through. See if you can get behind other women. What is it? What about them that is something that you could say, cool, way to go, amazing, amazing, so incredible. That's fantastic. I wish I could have that. Here's my version, and I'm going to pull myself forward in whatever way that means, whether it's you having a better relationship or better health or better relationship with your finances or whatever it is. I invite you to put down the judgments and find your way into the center of your own self. And what this does is it hopefully will bring you into a state of alignment, appreciation, which is important for your business to grow. So you appreciate what others have, you appreciate what you have right now, and you bring yourself into a state of willingness to also have, to also receive. That's so powerful. When you look at somebody else who's having and receiving in whatever way it is, what can your way be? What's your way for you? So you move into that space of willingness, and then just acknowledge what it is in somebody else that's showing you. Acknowledge they're showing me what I want. They're showing me what I desire and what I crave in my way for me. What's clear to me after being in business for 30 years and seeing so many women start and stop businesses, so many women try to step into leadership, but be held back by their own internal fears of being judged or being not good enough or not worthy. What's clear to me is that you, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you're being called so that we can actually truly create a new paradigm of business. And what that means, it doesn't mean don't show off your fancy stuff. It doesn't mean don't tell people that you're happy or healthy or in love or abundant. It means share those things. And those of us who might slip into judgment, choose love instead and come back into alignment and go, you go, girl, you do you. And you're incredible. And here we are rising together because we've made a pact almost to come into something that's so powerful. And that is alignment with each other. That is support of each other. That is stepping away from judgment and separation and into community, connection, and empowerment. That's what it really means to be an empowered spiritual leader in this day and age. I hope that this helped you. Tell me your thoughts. Reach out to me. I would like to continue this conversation, and you are, of course, the best part of it. You're so amazing. And no matter what comes up inside your heart in terms of maybe you have fears, no matter whether your fears are about being judged or whether you find yourself in judgment, keep stepping forward. Follow your calling to create greatness in the world, to help other people. Follow it and stay in alignment with yourself. Don't pay attention to what the voices of judgment might be, whether those voices are external or internal, because you're here to do something really incredible and impactful in the world. And I know for sure that now is your time. It's time for you to rise up and time to stand up and do great things on the planet. So I say, keep working on your business, because when you do, we make this world a better place together. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please share it with somebody, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye, everybody.